Atlassian recently made some changes to the way notifications work in Confluence, and if you've been slightly annoyed by these changes, then today's video is going to be perfect for you because I am going to show you how installing and using better content archiving made by Midori is going to help you regain your control of your Confluence notifications. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, drop a like if you get value out of this video, and don't forget to check out the links down below as you are definitely going to want to start a free 30-day trial to better content archiving. Let's jump into Confluence. Once you're inside of Confluence, you're going to want to click on the gear over here. And this does assume that you have better content archiving installed already. And I highly recommend you check out my 2 other videos that I've done on better content archiving, because it doesn't just do Confluence notifications as we're going to learn in this video, but it also does page statuses and document workflow lifecycle management as well. So check out my other 2 videos that are going to be linked down below so that you can also see some of the other cool things that this app can do. All right, so let's get back into Confluence and keep talking about how do we take control of our notifications. So assuming again that you have it installed, on the left-hand side, you are going to go look for the app, Better Content Archiving, and we're going to click on that. Now the notifications are going to work out of the box the moment you install Better Content Archiving, but in today's video, I'm going to walk you through some of the options that are available to you so that you understand how you can configure and customize the notifications that will go out to either you, your users, owners. You'll see all the cool details in just a moment. So once you click into Better Content Archiving, today we're going to be focusing on notification configuration. Again, in the past, we focused on the automation configurations and we focused on the content status configurations, but today's video is all about notifications. So let's click into there. And then once we go in here, we are going to start with the basics. We want to start with notification email templates, and then we're going to work our way up to the notification schemes. So let me explain what a notification email template is. As the name implies, because it's super simple, right? These folks make it easy. The notification email template is the English. What are you going to write? What's the email going to say that gets emailed out to the users? And you have a lot of customizations here. You can do a couple of things here. You can either edit the ones that exist, because these are actually really, really good. I get the notifications pretty much daily or weekly, depending on the setting, or you can add a new template. But let's start off with looking at an existing one so we can just understand what makes up a notification email template. So I'm just going to click on this To Archive Contents one here. And this is basically going to show me what's available, right? So we obviously have a name. We have a description of what this template does. And then this is where things start to get a little bit interesting and a little bit more complex, if you will. Using this coding language, which I urge you to not freak out. This is not totally hard, because even if you're just a little bit scared, worry not. There's a syntax help here. Midori does a really, really good job at helping you understand how to navigate through some of the complexities, whether it be CQL or even this light code here. We can click on the syntax help. This is going to take us to another page. It does a pop-up. And then over here, we're able to have an article where we can understand what is going on. So I highly recommend you check this out, as this is going to guide you into knowing and understanding what's going on this side, because right now we're looking at a template that already exists, but in a few moments I'm going to show you how to make your own template, and you're definitely going to want to go through the guide so you understand what goes in here, how to write the code, and so on and so forth. So this is the email subject. You can change this stuff up. So I recommend that you kind of leave the code alone, or get really, really good at understanding what are the options over here, as you have quite a few items here to help you out so you can understand what to put in here. But the easy thing to do is changing just non-coded sections like will be archived soon. You can basically write whatever you want. So down here under email content, you are going to be able to change this to be however you want. But I do want to give you a little tip, a little warning, if you will. There's a section in here for managing the list page. And I would recommend you don't touch that, because when you get the email notification, the email is going to contain like a list of pages that meet the qualification for the notification. And so you don't want to mess with that section of the code, because if you do, then that's going to be broken. So leave that part alone, but everything else, right, you can change. So again, any of the English is safe territory for you to change. So now let's go look at creating a new template. So now we just click on the big blue button over here. It says add new template. And basically just what you saw, you're going to be able to name it, give it a description, put your email subject, and put in your email content. Now I recommend that you I recommend that you go to one of these existing ones, open it up, maybe in a new tab, and copy all this content over, and then just tweak what you need, because otherwise you have to kind of, start from scratch, and that could be a little bit overwhelming. But if you start with this, you copy all the values, and then you just modify the parts that are appropriate, then you're going to be okay. Now, let me tell you why you would want to create new email templates, right? So out of the box, as you saw earlier, the system already comes with a couple of different templates: archiving, expired, not viewed, and set to archive. Now, if you looked at some of the other videos where we talked about the statuses that are available to you, and we talked about how you can add any kind of label to pretty much any status that you want, well, maybe you want to send some notifications for those kind of situations, right? Maybe you have a document that needs to be reviewed, right? Maybe you added a label to review, and you added a status to review, and you have an automation that when it gets that label, the review attribute is added. Well, now we want to create an email that says, hey, here's all the pages that are in review. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is you can make an email notification for anything that you want. It doesn't have to be tied to the statuses. You can just make, using the CQL and using the guide here that we were looking at, you are allowed to make any type of notification that you want in Confluence, which is why I said at the beginning that this app allows you to regain control of your Confluence notifications, because they don't have to be tied to the statuses or your workflow. Those are just nice to have, but I just wanted to make sure that you were aware that the sky's the limit here. You can be very, very creative with what you want to create with respect to your notifications. And as long as you know what you want, you should be able to do it here. Now, once you have your templates all figured out, then we're going to go over to the notification scheme, because similar to your screen schemes and your issue type screen schemes and all that other great stuff in Jira, your schemes, your notification scheme here specifically, is going to be the container for your email template. So we're going to take a look, very similar to what we just did a moment ago. We're going to take a look at the notification scheme. I have mine disabled because I get a lot of emails. So we're going to take a look at the notification scheme, how to apply the template to the scheme, and then how to apply this scheme to the space, make it a default, and how to delete them. So let's just take a look at opening one of the current ones. So we're just going to open up this expiration tracking notification scheme. Now, when you open this up, this is going to, again, give you the name, the description, and then you're going to have the notification. Now, you do want to make a notification per email that you want enabled here. In this particular example, we just have one notification for when content expired. Notice that we have an email template here. But if I go back out and I go to this general one, you're going to notice that I have more than one. So I have this one for not viewed contents. I have another one for expired. I have another one for to archive. So you can tweak this however you want, and you can make a notification scheme for whatever conditions and email templates that you want to send out. Now, doing the actual notification here is really, really easy. You enable it or disable it. I have mine unenabled right now just so that I don't get all the emails all the time, but you are obviously going to want all the emails. Then you set your schedule. So this is going to be part of this cron. Now, again, if you're a little bit not familiar with how cron jobs work, all you got to do is click on this beautiful little star/diamond icon. You click on that. And then what I learned, which is really, really cool, let's just say that you like this example. All you got to do is click on it, and it will actually change the code in here. So now you can just tweak it from there, or you can just simply click on any of these examples and it will just do it for you. So again, don't be turned off if it's a little bit too challenging, because all you got to do is just click on the thing that works and or tweak it, because these are going to give you the most amount of examples that you can just tweak, right? So like, let's just say you didn't want it every 4 hours, you wanted it every 8 hours. Well, guess what? You can do this and then change the 4 to an 8. And there we go. We've automatically made a cron job without having to go get a PhD in how cron jobs work. Now, similar thing with the CQL query here. This is going to be already available for us, but if you need some inspiration or you're just like, hey, what can I do? You just click on the same icon again. And same thing, right? We can just click on these items here and it will go and put it for us. Or we can take some inspiration. So let me take a quick second here to take a little time out, right? Because remember, a few moments ago, I told you, you don't have to use the statuses that Better Content Archiving uses. You could make a notification for any time that a page is created with a specific keyword. And so you can just simply click on this title containing tutorial, click on that, and then we can just change the wording here. And so if you wanted to have a notification for literally anything you want, you just, make some sort of a template and make some sort of a pattern that your team understands. And if you put a specific keyword in those pages, then they're going to be identified and notifications will go out for them. So again, this is really, really flexible in that you don't have to, again, tie it to a status, but literally can be almost anything that you want as long as there's some sort of CQL for it. So we can do titles, we can do creators, we can do owners. There's a lot of different options that are available to us that allow you to, again, really, really fine tune and hone in on the notification that you want to send out. Once you have that, you have to pick if you're going to be looking at just current pages or posts, or if you want to do archived, or if you want to do both. You can simply click on both and it's going to look at archive pages as well as current and active pages. So you just do that little check there. You click on your email template here. So this is, again, chicken and egg situation. You have to have the email template first before you do the notification scheme, which is why we started there. Clever. So then you would just simply pick from your email template. So I'll just pick that one. And then who are you going to notify? Are you going to notify the last modifier, the author of the page, or if you're really leveraging the power of Better Content Archiving, you know from our previous video that you can set page owners, which is different than the authors, right? And so maybe we want to notify the content owners, or we just want to do the space administrators. We can do specific users, so you can hit the drop down, give it to a specific user, or if you have groups, then you can give it to specific groups. And so a lot of granularity here as to who is going to be getting those emails. So I'm just going to pick developer group A here. And then you can just keep adding, right? So if you want to add more, you click on this add notification, you go through the same motions again, and then that's it. So once you're done, you click save, and that's all you got to do. That's really it. At this point, the notification scheme exists, and the template is associated to the scheme. And really the final step that you got to do is apply it to a space, right? So you can basically take your notification scheme that you have and you can click on this apply to spaces. And then you simply go and pick the spaces that this should work in. So you can click this checkbox to make it in all of them, or you can just, pick one by one. It's all up to you. But once you have that, that's it. That's the notification scheme based on that cron job, right? Based on when you want it to go out, it's automatically going to go out and it's just going to take care of things. And your users, based again, who you selected for your notify, is going to go out and they're going to get that email and they're going to be able to then take actions again. So this is how you regain that control back of your Confluence notifications. Because again, if you are slightly annoyed with the changes that Atlassian made, then this is a really, really good alternative to regaining that control and being able to manage your notifications once again. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you smash the subscribe button if you haven't made it this far. And most importantly, above all else, make sure you check out the links down below, because that's where you're going to find the link to start your free 30-day trial of Better Content Archiving for Confluence. That's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.